guys, Tebo2 here, for a brand new video series called TEAB'S Doctor Who Mod Feature Showcases. Exactly as the name implies, this is just a basic series where I'm going to go over some features in the mod. So for the first one, we're going to go over the Daleks. Of course, the Daleks are a key part of Doctor Who, so I thought they'd be pretty good to start on. So you'll find Daleks in your Minecraft world. In this case, you'll just find them in your creative inventory. But if you're playing survival, you'll see various different Daleks, and I'll just get a few just to show you some of the various types that you will find in your world. So starting here, we have the Dead Planet Dalek. This is actually one you'll only find on Skaro. That's the thing about some of these Daleks, is they are feature and structure and dimension specific, and this is one of them. This is only found on Skaro in the Dalek cities, but I'll show you it right now anyway. I really like the models on these, and the sounds are very, very good. And they're a very nice scale as well, and they're actually very strong. These guys have, I believe, 30 health. They move pretty fast, especially when they are angry at you, and obviously they are very loud as well. And check that out. He kind of fires like a smoke laser at us, which is pretty accurate to the original episodes and has the correct sound. And the same goes for every Dalek in the mod, which is very cool. Now, some have special abilities, and you'll notice this one has given me weakness as well as slowness when it hits me, and that's because in the first story, the Daleks, they actually had paralysis as a function in their lasers, so I've added that. Oop! And we did not make it out alive. Yeah, these guys are pretty strong, and yeah, if they hit you, you can't really hit them back because of the weakness effect. But yeah, I'll show you a couple more. So this is an invasion Dalek from the story Dalek Invasion of Earth, and as the name implies, this one will only spawn in the overworld. So yeah, this is the Supreme Dalek variant. There are so many variants of Daleks in this mod, you know, Supremes, drones, whatever, but this one has the exact same laser as that Dead Planet Dalek, which is pretty cool. Here's another Dalek. This is another one that's specific to a structure. This is the Emperor's Guard Dalek, which spawns in the Emperor's throne room on Skaro, and it looks like that. Looks very nice. This is the movie Dalek, and this one, I believe, has an entirely different laser to it, which is pretty cool. So these are from the Peter Cushing movies. I have 3 variants of these, and you can see they look very different to the others, but these have some cool abilities. Let's grab a weapon to fight this one just real quick, and you'll see what this one does. So that laser you saw had a totally different sound, but kind of had a similar look with the steam. And they actually do something really cool if these Daleks touch you. So let's do that real quick. So if we get close to it, check that out. It took our sword. I didn't drop it at all. The Dalek took the sword from me and dropped it on the ground for me. And actually it takes a lot longer before you can pick it up again. So you can't just immediately pick it up. I think it takes about 5 seconds before you're able to pick it up. So yeah, these guys are kind of dangerous with their claw. They can just yeet items right out of your hand. And yeah, so you gotta kind of fight them from a distance. Next variant we have here is the Bomber Dalek from Destiny of the Daleks. And this is one of the really dangerous ones, because if this one touches you, it will explode. It's got all these TNT strapped around it for a reason. So let's check that out. So yeah, and as you can see, I just wanted to say real quick, this one's got a different voice and also different laser sounds. But as I said, I'm going to go up to it real quick so you can see the explosive. Kaboom! Look at that. Absolutely crazy. So we go back over there. There's just a massive crater right around here somewhere. There we go. So yeah, this guy's very dangerous. You don't really want to mess with these ones. The Special Weapons Dalek. Kind of similar in that it's got some explosive properties. This is from Remembrance of the Daleks. And this one is actually going to shoot explosive lasers at you. You do not want to mess with these guys, because they will basically keep shooting at you, and also they are immune to explosions. So you can't just have them kill themselves with their own lasers. You kind of have to like hit them from a distance and whatnot. So here's this. It's a bit smaller and a bit more kind of heavy looking, and it's just so cool. I really like this one. I always loved it in the show. And like the whole upper half rotates, and it looks so cool. So let's check this out. Check that out. So this guy had a really long kind of power-up for his gun. It took about twice as long as regular Dalek, I believe. But as you saw, he shot that explosive laser, and from a distance was able to blow us up. So yeah, this guy, wherever he was pretty dang dangerous. And yeah, you don't want to mess with them. They're arguably a bit worse than even the Bomber Daleks. So yeah, let's move on to maybe this Renegade Dalek. Now, if you've seen Remembrance of the Daleks, you'll know that the Renegade and Imperial Daleks, including the Special Weapons Dalek, will fight each other, but otherwise they're basically just a standard Dalek, just like so. So they've got their own sounds, just like before, and they also have their own laser sounds, but again, same damage, same health, same everything. It's just a standard Dalek. And I love the sounds for these ones. They honestly sound so cool. But yeah, pretty dangerous and pretty cool. And finally, let's look at the Time War Dalek, and I actually want to show you, take this opportunity to show you what they drop. So I'm going to use a netherite sword to kill it. See, this one's got very kind of new series inspired sounds and appearance. And when we kill any of these Daleks, they're all going to drop the same things. So we kill this one. We get a nice little achievement. And check this out. We get 2 rotten flesh, anywhere from 0 to 2, that is. We get a Dalekanium scrap. I believe you only get up to 1 of these. But this is used in making a Dalekanium ingot. And then you can make armor that'll help you better resist against the Daleks and also has some special features. Finally, the Dalek Sucker. This actually allows you to use Dalek technology, which can only be interacted with if you're holding one of these suckers in your hand. So the eye stalk you can actually put on your head, and check that out. Gives you this really cool overlay. Doesn't really do anything otherwise, but I like it. It's pretty cool. We have the Dalek Gunstick, which in order to fire you need these laser charges, which, as I say, are also dropped by the Daleks. And you can fire the Gunstick, and it does about as much damage as an actual Daleks one uses. Just like that, and we can of course attack a Dalek with it. So this is a couple of special Daleks that are actually exclusive to certain dimensions. Like I said, a couple of them are. We also have this Dalek Emperor, which I think I'll give its own dedicated video and won't show that off just yet. So this is the Time War Supreme. It is basically pretty similar to the other Time War Dalek, just a bit different. The Supreme Daleks, they spawn a bit more rarely, but they aren't really any stronger. However, these guys are a different story. All of these Daleks are exclusive to Gallifrey, because they're all Time War themed. So this is the Glider Dalek, and as you can see, it glides above the ground, and honestly looks pretty cool. And because it's got 2 guns, it actually fires twice as fast. And I think moves a little faster too. But that's about all that's special about it. It does look really cool though. And yeah, again, basically just your standard Dalek, apart from firing rate. This is the Spider Dalek. This one's really cool. So as you can see, the Spider Dalek has 4 guns and 3 spider legs. So this guy runs really fast. And he can climb up 2 blocks, which makes him really hard to get away from. And yeah, as I said, the more guns they have, the higher the firing rate. So this guy fires 4 times as fast as your regular Dalek. So yeah, you see this guy, you gotta just run. He's pretty dangerous, and I want to show that off real quick. Check that out. He's fast, he's agile, and he's got a very fast firing rate. So let's show off a couple more. We have the Temporal Weapons Dalek. This is very, very similar to our Special Weapons Dalek, except it actually has what is called a DMAT gun, which I'll show off in its own feature showcase. And killing this is actually a step in crafting that, which again I will show you. But the weapon in this case actually erases the victim from time, so it's basically an instant kill for whatever this thing wants to destroy. Oh yeah. So a pretty big charge up time again, just like with the Special Weapons Dalek, especially considering this weapon is even more deadly. It is basically a one-shot kill for whatever it wants to kill. Which is Time Lords, Villagers, and Humans, and I think that's about all of the Daleks kill. Wait, I take that back. They kill Thals, and all of the kind of Time War and New Series variants kill Cybermen as well. So yeah, you do want to watch out for that. But as you saw, this guy had a very unique sound to his laser, and it kind of caused a big rush of particles, and the victim just disappeared. And that's kind of to simulate kind of disappearing from time. We have the Berserker Dalek. This one is extremely slow, but you can see it's very kind of bulky. It's got treads, and it's got a crazy gun and also a saw. So this one, I believe, can actually cut down doors, as can the movie Daleks. I forgot to mention that about them. but the ones with claws and saws can cut down doors so that you can't hide from them. And we've got, obviously, this gun, which is actually a bit faster than your normal gun. And so yeah, this guy, you can see he also has 0 kind of knockback to him. He does not get knockback. So these guys are very, very dangerous, and I think they're also impervious to arrows. So yeah, you're kind of screwed if you want to fight these guys. You have to melee them, basically. The Berserker Daleks are some of the toughest in the whole mod. And you can see they have an absolute ton of health. Eternity Circle Dalek and the Time Strategist Dalek. Again, these are basically just standard Daleks, just in different skins, which is not a bad thing. I think it's pretty cool, just adding some variety to the mod, especially when you go to different dimensions and biomes and whatnot. You can find different Daleks, and as I said, several of them have different abilities, which I just think adds so much more life to the mod and so much more challenge, and you gotta really know what you're doing and know your Daleks and not just assume that they're all the same, which I think is really cool. So yeah. That is all for feature showcase number 1. Basically everything you need to know about the Daleks. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you all are excited for more of these, because I'd like to make more, and kind of get you to better know the mod and understand what you're going up against when you download it. Because yeah, these Daleks, as you've seen, they are nothing to mess around with. So yeah, stay cool, don't get exterminated. Be sure to subscribe, to follow my Instagram, Teabo2AT, to follow my Twitter, which is also Teabo2AT, to join my Discord, and lastly, to have a nice day. Goodbye.